Detecting talk of the day, August 11th, 2025. I'm going to turn on this DS2 remote. Now what you see in this video also applies to using the WS6 for the most part, okay? We won't be using much audio in this video, okay? This is version 3.10, so some of what you're going to see here doesn't apply to some of the previous versions. Okay, now XP, in their user's manual, MindLab, when the Equinox come out, they started using this term global when it came to settings. And I wish XP would have done that too. Okay. Everything under that center key right there, per mode on this detector, is savable in a program. Alright? It's easy to remember, right? Hit the right key over here, the ground balance. The tracking is savable. Okay, and if you're in a beach program, you got that magnetic reject, that's savable. When you adjust these over here under this, you're only adjusting the program currently used. But once you turn the detector off, it'll go back to default setting. But you can save this data in a saved program. Okay, now what about over here? This is where it gets a little more complicated. Under the option key select, audio, this is all global. Okay, as far as the audio out, let me go back to that. That's global. That will affect every program on this machine, saved and unsaved. So if you turn all of your audio outs to 0, you won't hear anything. Of course, I've got the speaker at 4. So that's a global setting, and it doesn't really make any sense to save a program because the machine's going to be running like you've got it set up. So whatever those values are in there. Okay. See, I updated this machine. You see those values. Some of them has values in them. This is another remote that I have. Turn the ones you're not using to 0. Okay, let's go on down here. Audio filter. This is got a default setting on it, but it can be saved with a different value if you so choose in a saved program. Okay, so this setting right here at detector turn off will go back to 0 in all programs on this machine except for Go Field. Go Field can be adjusted to any way you want to use it, but it is defaulted to level 3 in this version. Okay? Unlike previous versions, this is something new. The equalizer is a global setting. Okay? But you can adjust the equalizer to fit the different audio devices used. You notice that. See there what it's doing? Okay. Alright, audio type. This is a per mode setting that can be saved. Alright. So let's try something here. We're in the go fill mode. Square tones, we're going to select high square. Okay, we selected high square in a go fill mode. We're going to turn the machine off, turn the machine back on. The machine will come on in the mode last used to include a save program. So it's coming back up in the go field. So you see it defaulted back to square tones. So you can use the machine when you turn it on. Okay. If you turn it off, it's going to go back to default settings. But you can save a go fill program with the high square. Okay. See where I'm at here. I got a little bit lost. So that takes care of the stuff under the audio. Now we're down here at settings. That's a global setting. However the machine is at turn off is what you'll get when you turn it back on. Same with that. Same with that. Same with that. Alright. That was the display. Okay. We won't talk nothing about that one. Language. That's pretty self-explanatory. Profile. Okay, this has a default setting. Not global. Alright. Transition back into the Relic program. So you can save there, okay? Use it in according to whatever mode. This is defaulted to large ID in the general program. That's the actual default setting, okay? So every time you turn this machine on in a general program, a non-saved general program, factory program ID will be large. Profile, okay, you got the XY screen there too. Okay, V3.10 setting. I believe in this version when you update to it, it will be defaulted on. This setting here, you can change it, and it's what the machine will come on in the next time you turn it on after you turn it off. And you can save this to a program. It's a non-global, it's a global setting. Okay. In the factory programs. See what I'm talking about? So it's on there. Alright, I'm in the Relic program. It's on there. It's on there. Mono program. Okay, but you can save a program with that on or off. Now, we'll go over here. Okay, there's a program that I saved. So let's go in here. You notice? Okay, so it's on. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm replacing it with it off. Turn the machine off. Turn the machine back on. Now I saved it with it off. And it's off. And if we scroll over here to General Program, it's off. Okay. So until I turn this feature back on, it's going to stay off. But you can go, see, if I go over here to the sensitive program and I start using this detector and I turn it on, which is what I've done, I'm going back to the general program, looking. See, I turned it on there too. So that's a global setting. I'm not going to talk about that go terrain. Okay, frequency scan. The way you set this up in the machine, when you turn it off, this is how it will be at turn on. I believe when you update your machine to this version, it will be defaulted to manual. Okay, so it's in manual for every program to include a save. If I put it to auto, in any mode, turn the machine off, turn the machine back on, it's going to be how I left it. And you'll see momentarily. It's in auto. Alright. I'm not going to talk about the update. Now, here's something interesting. Some people may not have even knew this, but that little info screen there, if you hit the right arrow button, you get additional information. You see that right? Hit it again. See that right there? I believe that's your remote battery level. See the picture there? Picture of the remote battery, and there's a voltage. Okay. Once you get the hang of this, it's not too hard. Now, this is version 3.10. Okay. While I've got the camera running, I'll go ahead and show you here. You go into tones, you keep going down, you're going to see something down there called a ground iron brake that's new for a Series 3 prefix version with the Deus 2. No matter if you're using that coil or the HF2 coil. Fast multi-frequencies and the HF2 coil. Here's something else you will see with version 3 series. You're going to see negative silence. It goes down to -3. Previous versions, that's as low as you could go. Alright. Here's the other thing. When you go to tones, no matter what tones you select, you hit expert. Whoops. Keep going. When you get to tones, you've got a pitch 2 there. Now, previous versions that were not prefix 3 in relic and go fill modes, you didn't even have an option here. Alright? Meaning you were stuck with one tone that you could change the pitch to using the threshold sub-menu. Now with prefix version 3, to include this one, 3.10, under relic and go field, I'll even scroll over here so you can see it. There's go field. Hit the expert key IR there. You see the pitch 2 and you see the pitch. You didn't even get a tone option in previous versions. Now you have 2, pitch and pitch 2. Before you just had pitch, but it wasn't listed as such. What I call the regular modes, or even the beach modes. There's the diving. We'll look at, there's beach. In the discrimination block open, like you see right there, hit expert, scroll over to the far right. You'll see pitch and pitch 2. You'll see all of these tonal options that you see right there in all the modes except for relic and go field. You'll see the pitch and the pitch 2 in the relic and the go field mode. Same goes with the mono program. You'll see all of the pitch options, tonal options. I'm in mono program now. You see them all there, to include full tones. You don't get a full tones in the go field or the relic program. Alright. So if you're new to the Deus 2 and you watch this video, it could save you some time, wear and tear on your remote, battery power. Okay. The manual, I'm not sure even what the manual says about these. It probably doesn't even talk about these like I do. Alright. Now, I didn't have any notes to go by doing this. This is all off the top of my head. Okay. And I don't even know if I've ever seen anybody do a video about all this stuff. That's going to conclude the Detect and Talk of the day.